I asked ChatGPT, Google Gemini, and 3 other AI travel tools the same question: where should I actually travel in 2026? They all agreed on 7 places. But here's what's weird: I checked the booking data. Almost nobody is actually going to them. So I dug into why, and what I found is either really good news or a warning, depending on your travel style. Quick note on what this video isn't. This isn't AI travel tools are wrong. They pull from real search data, review patterns, trend signals. They're not making things up, but there's a consistent gap between what AI recommends and what people actually book. That gap is exactly where the most interesting travel happens right now. Here are the 7 places AI is pushing hardest, that almost nobody is pulling the trigger on. Number 1, Tbilisi, Georgia. Every AI tool I tested puts this in their top 3 for 2026, and the logic is sound. One of the cheapest capitals in Europe, an insane food scene, architecture that genuinely doesn't look like anywhere else, but bookings are down. Why? Political protests made headlines in early 2025, and the news algorithm did the rest. Here's what the headlines missed. Things stabilized. The old town is completely open. Your dollar goes absurdly far. If you've been waiting for a signal to book Tbilisi, this is it. Number 2, Chiang Rai, Thailand. Everyone books Chiang Mai. AI keeps recommending Chiang Rai, 3 hours north, 90% fewer tourists, and it has the White Temple, one of the most visually striking buildings in any travel video I've seen. The problem is, it's just not on most people's radar. If you're already flying to Bangkok, adding Chiang Rai costs almost nothing extra. AI is right on this one. People just haven't caught up yet. Number 3, Plovdiv, Bulgaria. This is the AI Budget Europe pick of 2026. Second largest city in Bulgaria, former European capital of culture. Full day of eating and drinking under $25. Cheap flights from Western Europe. But nobody's booking it. Why? Bulgaria doesn't have the Instagram moment that Prague or Lisbon has. It doesn't trend. It quietly delivers an exceptional experience for almost nothing. For budget travelers, this might genuinely be the most underrated European city right now. Number 4, Ha Giang Loop, Vietnam. AI tools consistently call this Vietnam's top off-beaten-path experience. It's a motorbike route through the northernmost mountains, rice terraces, ethnic minority villages, essentially zero tourists compared to Ha Long Bay. But most Vietnam travelers still default to Hanoi Ha Long Hoi An. The Ha Giang Loop requires 2 extra days and a motorbike. If that sounds like a feature, not a problem. Put this at the top of your list. Before we get to the last 3, which have the most interesting reason nobody's booking them, make sure you're subscribed. I post specifically to help you find places worth going before the crowds do. Let's keep going. Number 5. Manizales, Colombia. Medellin gets the attention. Cartagena gets the Instagram. But AI tools have been recommending Manizales, in the coffee region, for months. It sits in the Andes at 2,000 meters, the coffee farms are accessible by bike, and the nightlife is local, not tourist-facing. The barrier is pure perception. People hear Colombia and default to cities they've already seen on Netflix. Travelers who've actually been to Manizales say it's the most authentic place they visited in the country. Number 6. Gjirokastra, Albania. Albania overall is getting attention, but Gjirokastra specifically is what AI recommends and almost nobody follows through on. It's a UNESCO-listed Ottoman stone city in southern Albania. Costs almost nothing to visit. Accessible as a day trip from the coast. The problem, most Albania travelers stick to the Riviera or Tirana and never head south. Gjirokastra is the kind of place that makes you feel like you actually discovered something, because most tourists genuinely haven't. And number 7, Oaxaca, Mexico. This is the most interesting case on this list. AI tools are unanimous. Oaxaca is the best Mexico experience that isn't a beach resort. The food scene is arguably the best in the country. The arts culture is world-class, and it's significantly cheaper than Mexico City. But the booking gap is real, and I think I know why. Every time something happens in Mexico, the news covers the whole country. Oaxaca's safety record for tourists is strong. The State Department rating for the region is the same as Guadalajara, but the perception keeps people locked in the Cancun to Cabo loop. Don't let headlines make your travel decisions for you. Here's what I think is actually happening. AI tools are picking up signals from search trends, travel reviews, and content patterns, and identifying places before the mass tourist wave. The people not booking these destinations are either waiting for someone else to go first, or letting bad national headlines stop them from visiting a specific city that's completely fine. Either way, that hesitation is the gap you can travel in, right now. These 7 places are giving you the experience they'll be famous for in 3 years, at a price that won't exist once they blow up. Which of these 7 actually surprised you the most, or have you been to any of them? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one. If you want to keep finding places worth going before everyone else gets there, subscribe. I post every week. And if you're actually using AI tools to plan your trips, I've got a full breakdown on how to use them without getting burned, linked right here.